Excellent. And like I said, just go ahead and get comfortable. Comfort is key right now. There's so much discomfort everywhere, right? That it seems like it's hard to get back in touch with what comfortable is. So let's not stress ourselves out about getting comfortable. Just take a big breath in. Hold on to it for a second. And let it go. And just let the breath relax and smooth out on its own. Sort of like setting an app to take care of itself. Just slower and smoother are the settings. And just really tune into everything right now. Like the sensation of your body being supported by whatever you happen to be placed upon. The feeling of the clothes on your skin and whatever may be laying on top of you. And the difference in temperature of inside of your body and just outside of your body. And even further outside of your body, you have a sense of what it probably might feel like over there. And so we know there's always going to be sensations and sounds, right? So let's choose for this next bit of practice together to label those reminders to go deeper and more comfortably on the journey that is best for us. And let every sound just serve as a simple reminder. And if you need a way back in, the way back in is the breath. And give your body one last little wiggle, adjustment, micro movement scan from the top of your scalp down around your face and ears and neck and shoulders, placement of the shoulders, how much they're pressing backwards and down, and the weight and position of the arms and the fingers, just finding themselves more solidly comfortable. And the diaphragm moving away from the guts. Not scrunched up into it, but moving back and forth, up and down, rib cage to abdomen. Really breathe into that area. Don't hold any tensions in the lower lungs. And the intestines. The buttocks, the pelvis, that area. All those areas. The legs and the toes. And just let yourself be still, as still as you can for the practice. And if you need to move at any point from this point on, that's perfectly okay. All you have to do is remember to move slowly and quietly so as not to disturb yourself. Or anyone else around you. Now later, I'm going to ask you to bring to mind your sankalpa. And a sankalpa is a short phrase of personal resolve, something that you would like to see come into your life, something you would like to be more fully, or way you would like to present to and with the world. Make it positive and powerful, and short enough to remember. And then say it now in your head 3 times. And set it aside. We'll come back for it later. Now, I'm going to call to mind various parts of your body. And as I do, try to picture each as clearly and as vividly in your mind's eye as possible. If you cannot picture them, that's perfectly okay. Just simply feel into the body part and visualize. Starting with the right hand thumb. Right first finger. Right middle finger. Right ring finger. Right little finger. Palm of hand. Back of hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Right side of chest. Right side of waist. Right hip. Right thigh. Right knee. Shin. Ankle. Heel. Sole of foot. Top of foot. Right big toe. Right second toe. Right third toe. Right fourth toe. Right fifth toe. Rather than sleeping, please be sure that you're following the sound of my voice. Left hand thumb. Left first finger. Left middle finger. Left ring finger. Left little finger. Palm of hand. Back of hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Left side of chest. Left side of waist. Left hip. Left thigh. Left knee. Shin. Ankle. Heel. Sole of foot. Top of foot. Left big toe. Left second toe. Left third toe. Left fourth toe. Left fifth toe. please be sure that you're following the sound of my voice rather than sleeping. All 10 toes, both feet, both heels, both ankles, both calves, both knees, both thighs, both buttocks, lower back, mid-back, upper back, shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, spine, back of neck, back of head, top of head, forehead, eyebrows, temples, ears, cheeks, eyes, all the muscles around the eyes, nose, nostrils, lips, chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, roof of mouth, back of throat, front of throat, collarbones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, right side of head, left side of head, right side of body, left side of body, back of body, front of body, whole body, whole body, whole physical body. Letting this go, take your awareness to your breath. And imagine you are surrounded on all sides by a shining colored mist. Take your awareness of your breath to your navel center. Imagine further that you can breathe in this shining mist through your navel center and distribute it to the rest of your body. Each breath in, bringing more of this shining breath of life. Each breath out, integrating and stabilizing. Starting at 21, count your breaths backwards from 21 to naught, watching as you draw in the shining light of breath into your navel center and distribute it throughout the body, integrating and stabilizing on the out breath. If you finish early, or if you get lost, simply start over at 21. Where are you? Where is your practice? And whether you've finished your count or not, letting this effort go. I'm going to call to mind various feelings and emotions. And as I do, try to imagine them as vividly throughout the body as you can. Starting with the feeling of sinking back into the comfort of support. That feeling of laying down after work. The difference in the feeling of laying down on a couch and laying down in a bed and lying back in a bathtub. Or reclining back in a recliner. Sinking throughout the whole body. The feeling of going down in an escalator, on an escalator, down in an elevator. And the difference between the feeling of the two. Sinking. Walking down steps or sliding down a slide, you choose. And the feeling of the softest, fluffiest pillow, the softest blankets and the plushest of plushies, there to gently catch you. Slowing the descent. Feeling of being supported. Like being the very furthest down tip of a root in a plant and being able to look back up through yourself to the tip of the tallest leaf. And starting to feel yourself rising. Like a plant rising up through the ground. Like stretching. Like getting excited about spending time with someone or with yourself. soaring through the air in a swing on the way up. Feeling of rising throughout the entire body. Like floating in a body of water. Feeling of climbing a tree as a kid. Rising. Like every molecule moving upwards. Like a bubble rising in the air. Trillions and billions and quadrillions of little bubbles. All your molecules just floating in the shape of you. And now imagine yourself neither falling nor rising, suspended, somewhere comfortably in between, not trapped, but supported from every conceivable angle. What would it be like to float in space? To be suspended in space. And along that feeling of being somewhere in this middle, notice that your awareness is neither drawn purely downward or purely upward, but can open itself up multidirectionally. From this feeling of centeredness. Letting this go. Letting this go and calling to mind the following images. yellow square, yellow square, yellow square, a yellow cube, a yellow cube, a yellow cube, yellow cube, yellow box, yellow box, yellow box, white crescent moon, white crescent moon, white crescent moon, white bowl, white bowl, white bowl, the waxing moon, the waxing moon, the waxing moon, downward pointing red triangle, downward pointing red triangle, downward pointing red triangle, a red cone, a red cone, red cone, red funnel, a red funnel, red funnel, a gray line, a gray line, a gray line, a long road, a long road, a long road, driving down a long road, feel the most perfect temperature air as you drive down a long road. Look at the sky for miles ahead and see the kind of weather that makes you happy. And as you glance down at the air conditioning panel, you know that you can turn it up or turn it down or leave it alone. But just for a moment, consider what would feel the most comfortable. Like to that point where you would almost slip away, but you can't because you're driving. You need to pay a little attention to the road. And the smoothness of the road. The sounds of your wheels on the road. That constant hum it sings. Not only are you in control of the air conditioning, you're in control of time and space. So this road's going to go on for a while. And that could happen in whatever time you would most like it to happen, and however much time your subconscious would like it to happen. So just drive down the road. And it's okay to not know exactly where you're going, but to have a good general feeling, sort of vague certainty that it's going to work out. The trip will have been worth it. And so you can relax into what it is. Notice the landscape, the subtle changes, how the road looks the same for so long, and then somewhere in it looking the same, somehow it looks completely different. And notice the road not being completely devoid of anybody else, but seems like it just has the perfect amount of other people here and there. Stretches of no one when you need it. An interesting vehicle here or there, heading a different direction. And sometimes you can make out the music on the radio. Sometimes you just know you enjoy it. Sometimes you just turn it off just to be. And if you haven't already, stick your fingers out into the wind. Feel the wind play back with you. Feel the temperature that doesn't even feel like it's there really. It's so comfortable. We're going to be driving for a little while, so you think to check your fuel and decide to top up. On these long journeys, you never know when you'll find another station. So you go find a refill station. And as you look at what you thought was gas, it says universal life force. It's free for all. Gets you where you need to go. So fill up your vehicle. And the tank may have been really close to empty. That's okay. Tank could have been really full too. And you're like, nope. But it's good to know it's there. And take a moment to do some vehicular care. Like cleaning off the windows, going in and grabbing some snacks, or a good road trip beverage. All the snacks here and the drinks seem to have this etheric quality about them, more sustaining, more invigorating, more satiating. And it occurs to you that this would be a good place to let go of some old stuff that's in the floorboard. And by let go, I mean gather up all the garbage from all the little places it's hidden. We've all got them. In between the seats, in the ashtray. An old scent thing, hasn't worked in a while, can't refill it. Chuck it all in the bin of this amazing gas station. The sign on the trash bin even says they happily sort the garbage for recycling. Isn't that nice? So you don't have to feel bad about whatever you're letting go of. Getting rid of, cleaning out. And as your vehicle feels primed, really primed for the journey that you've already been on, it's that moment, that sigh, that relaxing of, okay, I don't have anything to worry about for a little while. I've done my due diligence. I can just be one with the road again. And so you say your thanks, your exchanges at the gas station. And you're back on the road. And already you have a sneaking suspicion that this fuel will last longer than the previous fuel. Go further. And you drive for a while, that comfort and peace. Till you feel like you need a change of scenery. Sometimes the same bit of road can go on a little too long. And almost as soon as you've internalized that thought, you see a city that you're going to drive through. And you start to notice a triggering of tensions. They didn't seem to be there before, but it's like certain muscles are locking into place the closer you get to a city. And you're like, are these even my thoughts? They weren't there before, but yeah, I do tend to get tensed up before what? Before I'm back around all of this? And then you think, all this stimulation. Well, that's what I was asking for just a minute ago. So you look around the city and notice things and quickly see a buffet of things to notice, and turns and signs, and also how overwhelming it could be if you got too caught up in this city's planning and some poor planning, and why is this street attached there, and you drive carefully and adjust, and then you just decide to follow the signs that keep you on the road that you've been on. You didn't get off this road. You just got caught up in all the traffic and nonsense. And start to visualize yourself as you get on the outskirts of that city and how you start to release those same tensions. Like you drove through a little bubble, and each one of those tensions starts to release again. It's like you can breathe deeper. You're not mad at the city for being a city. It was just, oh, I wonder how many of those tensions I could learn to control and avoid. You let that interesting thought go, because you're enjoying driving. Especially now that there's fewer things to worry about. And that same stretch of road seems a little comforting again. And before long, and like before, what seemed like the same road somehow has turned into an entirely new stretch. And it just looks different and inviting somehow. And in the distance, you're going to notice, before long, a little stand on the side of the road. One person operating, maybe somebody else. And as you pull up, you notice they're a little older, definitely a little more world-weary and wiser than you are. But they're friendly and they're cool about it. And they're funny. And of course you've stopped. You made a little effort to pull off at this spot. Something just drew you here. There's all these things that they show you that are for sale. And something draws your eye. And the vendor sees you see it. So you have to just be honest. I love it. I think I want it. And they try to give it to you. And you're like, wait, aren't you trying to make money? And they're like, I'm making gifts and moments. And this one's for you. And so you graciously take it. But you don't take an imbalance. And you decide whether you want to offer them something that you have, give them money in exchange for it to help them with something else, ask them what they need or what they would like you to do. So that way you feel like you're honoring the receiving part of this exchange. And you decide what to do. And you see time speed up in your mind, and the slight smile on your face as you head back out on your road. You look up into the sky, being mindful of the road. And for a moment, just let all the effort go. Let your thoughts come and let them go. Your job is not to stop any of them, not to judge any of them, not to change any of them, not to do anything with them. Just let the thoughts come and let them go for a moment. Here in Chittakash, the mind space. Where are you? Where is your practice? Now, letting this go and disturbing yourself as little as possible, bring back to mind your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve. And say it to yourself now, 3 times deep in the mind space with firm resolve. And let it go, willing to help it when you see it in your life. Take your awareness back to your breath and the sensation at your nostrils. Cooler air coming in, warmer air going back out. cooler air coming in and warmer air going back out. And follow that sensation back into your body, all the way back into your physical body. Let the life start returning to the limbs as you check the wiggles in the toes, movement in the fingers, neck and the facial muscles, gently rocking the neck, not hopping up. We took a while to get into that state, so take a while to come back out of it. If you're laying on your back, rolling over onto your right side, it's a little easier on your heart. And regardless of whatever position you're coming out of, before you sit back up, take a moment to draw into yourself on these next couple of breaths, whatever it is that would make this a complete practice for you. Whatever you wish I'd said or not said, or you felt like, imagine that had happened and draw it in on the next couple of breaths. Hari Om Tat Sat, my friends. That has been Psychic Sleep for the 23rd of August.